And we're live here from Atlanta Motorsports Park in beautiful Dawsonville, Georgia. Hi, I'm Will Rigdon alongside Stephen Newbold. Well, the newly minted father, Stephen Newbold.
That's right.
And it is my favorite time of year, Stephen. We are here for the Moonshine Series. Legends and Bandoleros getting ready to take the track. We just wrapped up qualifying, so they are getting the starting grid ready to go as they're getting those Bandolero drivers to the hot grid right now. And we are moments away from taking the green flag here for race number one of it's going to be 5-race series that we're doing this year. Last year we were able to do 4 dates up here, which was a total of 7 races. And this year we got 2 dates at AMP and 1 date at the road course at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So going to be a fun little 5-race series here. And of course, we're getting race number 1 and 2 done here today. They'll do race number 3 at AMS on November 22nd. And then we will wrap things up here on December 14th back at Atlanta Motorsports Park for another double feature race day where we will crown the 2025 Moonshine Series champion. So had an exciting year last year, Steve. You were alongside of me for all the races. And what are you looking forward to most here for this one coming up?
Well, there's a lot of young drivers that are in this field, and I mean, if I remember correctly, that's Binky in the 1 car. There's not a lot of the names. I can't look at them right off track here off of my grid. It's not loaded back up yet.
You should be able to go to the results and look
see,
for.
That's what I was looking for, but for some odd reason, it's not.
Second apart, so he was a 119.938. And then Dalen Pennington, he's going to be your number 4 driver. Number 48 at Brandon Bishop, he's going to be your 5th place driver in the number 48 machine. Got the number 4 of Jordan Bauer. He is going to be 6th place, so outside row 3. Inside row 4, you're going to have Rylan Speet. Outside row 4, Nicholas Wong. Row 5 is going to see Connor Sanders, Ellie Hodge. Row 6 is Kip Knaus and Colton Sherman. Row 7 going to be Wyatt Grizzard and Kaysen Tate. And then row 8, Lucas McFall and Reese Shirley. So we got 16 cars turned qualifying time, so hopefully all 16 will make the grid.
Now, there is 2 races with these guys today, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. So this is race number 1 of 2.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
And these are going to be 20-minute sessions. I believe we've got them scheduled for 8 laps or 20 minutes, whatever comes first. And sometimes with these Bandolero drivers, you don't know what's going to happen, although it looked like they were keeping it pretty clean out there during qualifying. Last year we had that one race that went close to an hour because they kept spinning, and so
It was a learning moment.
Yes, it was, and I've seen a lot of the same names coming back this year, so hopefully some of that practice from last season will pay off here.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is one of the few road races these guys get to do, so great learning experience all around. You know, Legends of Georgia, they primarily run at AMS. They do Thursday Thunder during the summer, and they run down at Cordele for most of their events, and those are circle tracks. So AMS being the flat oval in the infield, and then Cordele obviously with a little bit of banking down there.
I do love my oval tracks.
But both of them are short ovals, and coming out here to the long course, this is the first time they've been on a track that's over a mile long. And for these Bandolero cars, that is a lot of track. Might as well be running, the full circuit at Watkins Glen in these things. So going to be a interesting day, and got Bob Cassidy down there on grid, getting everything lined up, getting these guys ready to go. And we are just moments away here.
So, Will, it has been a second since me and you have been in the booth here together. It feels like forever, to be completely honest.
I know, Steve, but you have been very busy since the last time we were in the booth together.
Oh, yeah, we can't really talk about all that I've done, but I can highlight a couple things that I've done. It's been, well, one, obviously become a dad. That was an experience. Still an experience. Still trying to get used to that. Looks like we're getting the hand wave, which means here in just a second, cars will start rolling off grid. But yeah, being a dad is crazy. I'll ask you.
I am not the best person to render an opinion on this.
Okay. So when you first become a dad, did you get like hyper emotional over some of the stupidest things ever? Like you see Bambi and you're like, oh no, you start crying a little bit?
I mean, certain things, yes, when you're watching movies and TV.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was completely normal.
But I will say one of the things after becoming a dad is just respect for the parents that come out here
Oh yeah, seriously.
and put their kids on track.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we're already starting that project.
I'm already hyper vigilant,
Did
of everything the kid does, let alone put him in a race machine and put him out on track.
Did I
So
see you when I bought Amelia?
no,
I bought one of those old school Power Wheels Dale Jr. cars from the early 2000s,
oh nice.
and we're gonna sand it down and
Oh yeah, you did send me a picture of that.
yeah, we're gonna sand it down and.
Have you been following the Fast Kids Club that
No,
do all the Power Wheels racing?
No, I probably need to.
Oh yeah, that's I may or may not be building a drag car.
So, dude, these Bandoleros have more horsepower than Miata.
It's gonna be close. I don't know, V-twin Briggs versus 1.7 NA Miata. That's kind of a toss-up. I don't know.
Did you just do what I think you just did?
No.
Please don't do that.
We are not gonna start that. It was
The only time that's acceptable is we're talking about a Ford engine. The best Ford engine.
bulletproof. No, we are not going to start a chain reaction by giving into current memes.
No, not yet. We haven't got.
And that was what all the kids at Halloween were doing this year too. Every time you turn a corner,
the dreaded numbers.
What comes after 5 and before 8?
24. But yeah, let's not go down that pathway. Not yet, at least. We'll let them get at least one race in, and then we'll have the whole paddock going crazy.
Yes, and I think we're a little ahead of schedule right now, so I'm not sure if we're waiting to send them. I was looking at the time, and man, they rocketed through. Or no, we're no, it's 3:17. We got to get. Never mind. I am all behind myself. We were 2:30 was qualifying, so.
Brother.
Yeah, they're getting results together because it does take a lot to get everything organized. And hats off to the team upstairs. I know they got Justin up there from AMS. He's the guy behind the scoring and race directing during Thursday Thunder. And
so I have a question you might know.
Got Daryl up in race control.
I'm seeing Kip Knaus. Is that Chad Knaus' son?
It may be, yes.
Okay, that's what I was
talking to him during registration.
Sir, if you can hear me, you're one of my favorite crew chiefs of all time. Jimmy Johnson was like my racing hero growing up. So thank you for all the championships.
Yeah, I was putting 2 and 2 together during registration because he came up to sign his son up. Yeah, we're just inside here if you want to come by and talk to us in the booth. And we do have cars on track. So we are about to get this underway. I always love this time of year. You know, the weather changes, we roll the clocks back, and it's just the hills are alive with the sound of racing right now. And especially up here in Dawsonville, one could argue the birthplace of Moonshine running.
Well, that's the whole history of old Highway 9.
Yep. Chase Elliott, Bill Elliott, number 9, Highway 9.
I was about to say, that's not Chase Elliott. That's more like Ernie and all those boys.
Well, it's running in the Elliott family. And, of course, Highway 9 over here running from Dawsonville all the way down to the city of Atlanta. That was how the city got their booze, and that was, what inspired us to call this the Moonshine Series. And we're excited to have these guys out here. This is the next generation of racers right now on track.
For all intents and purposes, the water tower today is a Moonshine Tower. So.
Yes. But you could see a lot. If you haven't tuned in here recently, a lot of things have changed here at Atlanta Motorsports Park, especially this season alone. You can see a lot of construction going on there between the go-kart track and the main track. And they're getting ready to put in some condo cars. So it's going to be an awesome job. Or condo cars, some trackside villas. I've been calling them condos for so long.
Boy, oh boy. Will.
Trackside villas. And you're going to actually be able to live on the racetrack. And so we're excited to see the progression of that project. They got the big earth wall built over there. You can see that towering over the kart track. And I guess they decided to go ahead and release them on the back straightaway, so we are going green.
Ooh, we got one bobbling just a little bit back there further in the pack.
We got one around, 2 around, 3,
4.
4. Stack them up, and let's see if they can get moving.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars around there. That's kind of a hard corner to break for, so that.
Yeah, and an issue with these cars, too, it's easy to lock up those rear brakes. And we got one car there, the number 5.
That's Sherman.
Still in the wall. And tough break, not how you want to start the series out.
We got a bunch of them stopped up here on.
Well, and that's the other thing. That's the hard part with hitting the caution there, or with spinning out, is they need momentum to get rolling. They're going to bake that clutch trying to head up the elevation change here.
I'm going to guess that will be a potential.
I think it's still a local yellow because these guys are underway. Let's see if they change the light here, because I saw a pace car out on track.
I did.
And that's something these guys also have to get used to with road racing, is it's local yellows. They're not as quick to throw full course cautions like they do in oval racing.
Well, yeah, oval's a little bit more of that's a different beast. And I do see the yellow flashing there at what would be, turn 8, I think, technically. I don't have a track map right in front of me. But we see that 5 car still there on the inside.
And then you've also got the car there on the hill coming up. Let's see. They are still keeping it green right now. So they got the flashing there on the hill, so that's just a local.
So 7 laps remaining here in this Bandolero first feature of the day. Carson Sherman up front, followed by James Binky, Dylan Pennington, Nicholas Wong, Brandon Bishop, Jordan Bauer, Connor Sanders, Rylan Spite, Ellie Hodge, and Kip Canals. That is your top 10.
And that is a good shot of the pack as they're making their way up into the carousel corner here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. That is turns 4 and 5. Big double apex up the hill. Something these guys are not used to doing on an oval. This is over 180 degrees. So, normally on an oval, turns 1 and 2 and then turns 3 and 4. But this hugs it a little bit longer and really test your patience as a driver, especially when you're trying to nail that double apex, because the car swings in. You got to hit that first one. You let it float out a little bit, and then you got to rake it back in.
And looks like we're going to get potentially a full course caution.
I think everybody's
slowing
slowing down. Yeah.
That group that we were watching before the caution was Nicholas Wong through Connor Sanders. So that's 4th through 7th. They're all kind of bunched up there. So they're going to bunch them back up here. Carson Sherman is your leader. I think they're only going to count that 1 lap right now, unless they're counting yellow flag laps. I'm not sure of that.
I don't think so, because I see 2 on my scoring screen, but I think officially there's only 1 in the books right now, and they're going to get those cars back underway. It looks like they got both of them moving again.
Again, that was the 5 car. Never got a confirmed number.
And they're up there. They're up there on receivers, talking with all these guys. So great tool to have too, to be able to quickly organize all the drivers.
I've never seen it used on a road course. I've only used it for oval.
I'd be curious what the reach is like on that.
I think it's just standard radio wave. Because usually it's whatever the standard channel
Now,
is.
if we were on the full course layout, it might not reach to the back. But I think with this being the shortened layout, from up in the tower, it should reach all the way. But I can tell you, as a race director here, for some of the events I've done, it'd be nice to have that tool.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But we do a lot of things we do up here the old-fashioned way with flags and, a good talking to on pit road if you mess up.
I haven't been up to the main course in a little while. Now we have a whole new integrated light system.
Yes.
That's all brand new. It's wonderful. I'm sitting here watching it work from.
And they put that in through my laps. And so when they run, and I was talking to Scott earlier today, they require all members to run that now on track. And so there's actually safety laps. Yeah, so there's safety lights built into it, and you put it in your car so when there's a local yellow, it'll flash at you only when you're in that part of the track.
Oh, that's cool. So it has its own receiver.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And the other cool part about it is it loads positional data on an overlay.
Okay, that's even better.
So,
you look at your heads up and be like, oh, I'm running 13th out of 50 or
like when you're watching
an
F1 race and they put the map on the screen and it shows where every car is on track on that map, they now have the ability to do that.
Oh, yes. It's been a minute since we've been up here.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't broadcast the main track series this year, so this is, I think since we closed out the Moonshine series last year, this is our first time up here in the tower, up here at the main track. We obviously called all the kart races this season. We had a wonderful 10-race season back there at Kart Track, and then we did a couple of autocross and time attack events up here this year. But the autocross and time attack was not live, but we are live today for Legends and Bandolero's Moonshine Series. And if you guys can hear me on the balcony or trackside, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and find the stream, give us a like, share it, let everybody know your kid's racing.
Even a follow.
Or if you're racing, get it out there. That's why we do this. We want to help grow the sport, give the coverage. Just,
man,
you talk about things you feel once you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
The dread of motorsports shrinking is something I felt, and I still feel.
Yeah.
And I've tried my best to do everything we can to just get the word out, let people know, come out and race. It's all about awareness. It's about getting people in the door and getting them started and helping grow the sport. And at this level, this is where it starts. This is entry-level motorsports.
And these kids are the future of racing, whether they choose the oval path, road course. We've here at Atlanta Motorsports Park, we've got some interesting kids that came through our programs and are now world champions.
Yes.
I mean, you got kids running F4. You got, what is it, Eric? Is that who it is?
Soto?
No, not. Is Eric Evans? Is that who it is?
Oh, yeah, Eric Evans, yeah.
Eric Evans running in the what is it, Mustang?
Well, I was thinking of Javier Soto because he's out here.
Javier Soto's here.
He's out here running. So is Kellen Spears. They're both out of the kart track, and this is their entry onto full track racing on the big cars. But no, Eric Evans is who you're thinking about through VRD.
Yeah, he went VRD, and now he's with the Formula Ford, or not Formula Ford. What is that? The Ford Mustang Endurance Championship or whatever, over in Europe.
Yeah.
Kid's impressive. He was great when I had him back at Kart Track years ago. And
that's where a lot of it starts is at Kart Track, and they're literally at ages 13, 14, they're getting seats in F4 cars. And if you're not doing that on time, you pretty much your shot's done for being able to go F1.
Yeah, and nowadays, I mean, you would have rookies that were, in their mid-30s.
And
now they're 17.
Well, for circle track racing, for NASCAR and what a lot of these guys feed into, you're not far off, but it is a little bit more forgiving at an earlier age because some of these guys in the Bandoleros are older than 12, 11, or 12, 13, 14. You can pretty much stay in it as long as you can fit in the car. But most of these guys will do 2 seasons, 3 seasons in the Bandos, and then make the jump up to Legends. And those guys are starting as young as 10 in the Legends cars.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we've seen some drivers start even younger than that. Looks like it's going to be a single file restart here. So
pace car is off track. So let's see. They were talking about in the drivers' meeting starting them down at turn 1. So that way they're not coming full speed all stacked up. They do the side-by-side on the initial start, but on these restarts they will do single file. And we should see down there at that flag station, very at the top of your screen, there it is, green flag is out.
So Carson Sherman going to be the driver first into turn 1 in that number 9 machine. They're already starting to make a little bit of a gap between second and third. You can see there on the screen, second and third hot battle. That's James Binky and Dalen Pennington. And
let's see.
contact
they
there,
get
and
into
there
it.
Goes the
1,
field.
2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's scrambling to get around, hard on the brakes.
There goes the field.
Right in front of our camera position, too. And that almost looks like a day at public kart track where, somebody spins in front of you and they stab the brakes and everybody, pretty much goes on around with those single rear axle disc brakes.
Unfortunately, it happens. Tough break there for Binky. He was running second at that time of incident, and Pennington as well. Those are the 2 drivers that I saw mainly involved.
That was the number 1 was the one I saw getting in it.
Yeah, Sherman.
We'll have to maybe see if we have it on replay.
Yeah, Sherman was
because that just looked like some hard racing there in the turn 3, and they just barely bumped doors.
These little cars are finicky. Just a little bit of air disruption.
And that's what we see when we cover these guys down at Lanier. They'll, they'll start drafting with each
Oh,
other.
you just saw right there coming through the start-finish line. A little bit of a draft from those drivers. Not sure who that was.
And they've got the local yellow there at turn 3, so you can see that flashing there at the top of the hill there at turn 2. So we're not at a full course yet, so they're going to let these guys stay under green. But the rule is, when you're in an area with a local caution, there is no passing.
And I think there's the replay here. So you see Binky there on the outside and the third-place driver there just hugging the apex. That was the 47. I believe that is Dylan Pennington. Just watch it here again. Binky on the outside, Pennington on the inside, and just kind of got tangled up there.
He cut that turn a little far in. I couldn't tell if he had all 4 off on the rumble strips or not, but I think he just ran out of real estate. And if this was a kart race, and I got to brush up on my road racing rules for Legends and Bandos, but
it's been a minute.
if that was a kart race, you have to leave a lane.
Yes.
And the number 1 car, he hit the apex, the rumble strip, and he had a car on his inside. But, as he was entering that turn, that car was not alongside his door. He kind of cut that turn. So, to be honest, I don't know where you would assign fault on something like that because, is it on that number 1 car?
You see the 4 car just spinning tire right there. That thing's still going.
Pretty sure those things are rear-wheel drive only.
I guess he got it right into the ditch.
Yeah, he must be high-centered on that.
Good advertisement there for Hoosier Racing Tire. I'm pretty sure that's who they use. I could be wrong. So back under caution here in the Bandolero first race of the afternoon. Again, Carson Sherman is out front, showing 2 laps knocked off the board, so that means 6 to go. As the roster reads, it's Sherman, Hodge, Spite, Sanders, Knaus, Tate, Bishop, McFall, Wong, Shirley, Gizzard, Binky, Pennington, Bauer, and Cobble. And then my favorite.
And we will hit a time limit on this because
we're at,
you can't use up all the track time for one class.
Do we have a favorite scheme of the day so far? Well,
I'm not seeing Cole Denton out there, so might have to pick a new favorite because he's the one that always showed up in that mellow yellow.
Oh yeah,
Days of Thunder livery.
I'm getting some insider information here.
And I'm just going through our sponsors right now because while we got some downtime on track, we'd like to go ahead and just give a quick shout out to the people that are supporting us and helping to make this series happen. Got Chip Moody over there at Speed U. He's our title sponsor for the Moonshine series. So Speed U. Chris Chapman with Chapman Fences. He's sponsoring the Masters class today for Legends. We got Fuel Source is sponsoring the Bandoleros. They're sponsoring the Bandits division. So Fuel Source Inc., that's Kyle Binky. Got Keith Sturgio, Johnny's Pizza. He's over here for the Young Lions and the Legends. They're coming up here in a minute. And the way we did the classes, too, for the Legends is not what you're used to seeing at one of these events, because normally they break them all out by class, and they have about 5 different divisions that run, each separate of the other. But due to time constraints with the road course, we basically qualified everybody together and divided it by 60-40. So top 60 go in the A group, bottom 40 go in the B group.
Makes sense.
And so that's how we're going to line them up and run them today. But we are still scoring them in their classes. Everybody registers as their class, and they're going to get scored based off of how they finished relative to everybody else in their class. So hopefully that makes sense.
I understand it, so that's a plus.
But we also got Julie Stevens with Adrenaline Power Sports in the semi-pro class for Legends. We've also got the Associates Group for Bandolero Outlaws and CMS for Legends Pro. So we appreciate all the sponsors for putting in the money to help actually bring this live coverage. That's how we're able to foot the bill for the broadcast and also pay for awards and all the other things that go into, making this a little bit more fun for the drivers. We got some custom Moonshine Jug daily awards that we're giving out.
Ooh.
We gave out actual Moonshine Jugs for the series awards last year. That was fun.
That. Before we go much further, let's talk about this wonderful new booth.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, you're.
This is awesome.
You kind of look like your wife post-op here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of kicked back. We're now in the Octane Wellness Studio, and this is the greatest thing ever. So
we've got reclining chairs here in the booth. I have never been this pampered.
On
a broadcast.
I got a water next to me. I've got this beautiful chair.
Spared no expense, Steve.
Yep.
Father Steve.
Yeah, Father Steve. Is that going to be the joke for
yes.
the rest of eternity?
And we are back underway. Green flag is out. This is throwing me off, starting them on the back straightaway here.
It's.
And let's see if everybody can keep it together a little bit better this time. But coming up through turns 9 and 10, can they keep it together? Everybody, for the most part, keeping it straight and between the paint. As right now, your race leader is coming down the front straightaway.
Kind of out by himself, and personally, that'd make me a little nervous not having a drafting partner this early on. I still believe that's Carson Sherman out front, followed by Ellie Hodge.
Oh, we got one car around there. Almost couldn't tell if she got into the wall or not. Right there at turn 1, underway. It didn't look like any damage, so I think just spun out.
That was the 13 of Lucas McFall going around in turn 1.
And right now, your leaders. Whoa, another one coming around there. And that's what we were talking earlier. That double apex is very tricky.
That was the 57 of Ellie Hodge, who was running second at the time.
And that's where you got to be careful because that car starts to unload a little bit and gets light.
Looks like we got a local caution.
And they've got I think on the front, because that's facing the front straightaway. So I'm not sure if there was another car came around there at turn 1 that we didn't see from our camera position.
Carson Sherman's still up front. As you can see the gap, that's at least 10 or so.
I mean, he was a full second faster than second place in qualifying. So I think he knows something that everybody else doesn't.
Yeah, Sherman just set a fast time, 1:18.702. Side by side there, coming to line. Looks like a yellow flag is flown there at the start-finish line, probably for an incident down in turn 1. Yep, and that car is still on the inside of the wall.
That's another car. That's a different car. That was the 13 that spun that we saw on our camera shot.
Looks like we got a caution again.
And as you can see on your time up there, 18.5 minutes. So this might lead us into a next caution ends it scenario here.
As you see the pace car, barely bigger than the race cars, on track right now, catching up with Sherman. So that was a full course yellow. I forget, these cars don't have reverse, do they?
No. They are one direction.
Did you know you're beautiful? I had to. I'm sorry, I had to.
I didn't know if they were still a thing or not.
No, they.
Back when I was at college working security, that was like the big go-to boy band was One Direction.
They went multiple directions.
So which one became the Justin Timberlake?
I don't follow boy bands. You're asking the wrong person here.
Well, you're a girl, Dad. You should know this.
She's like a month old.
Yeah, who's her favorite? Harry?
Who's her favorite? Harry, okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see. I'm going to go with her favorite.
I always liked the guy that wore the fedora. Was it AJ? Was that the guy? I'm getting my bands mixed up.
I don't remember, man.
That might be Backstreet Boys.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
I can't see my producer to fact check this for me.
Is he fact checking it for us?
Maybe.
Probably.
If I had X-ray vision, could look through the wall.
Mikey, text us.
Yeah, they took our door off over here. And if you guys can hear me trackside, we need all Legends drivers. Legends to the grid. You guys are up next. Need all Legends drivers. If you can hear me, go ahead. Start making your way to the grid. All Legends drivers. And it looks like they were able to get that driver back underway.
Speaking of Legends, being told there is a driver change here. So it looks like Seth Christensen is going to be driving the 29 of Bowen Mayhew. So driver change there.
Is that the same Christensen that we ran into at Five Flags?
Yes, that is Seth and Lane. I think Lane is also running. I talked to his mom just a little bit ago. I hope that's the right name. I'm pretty sure it's Lane. If I'm wrong, I apologize, Ms. Christensen.
Because they had that dramatic race finish in the Bandoleros last season.
That was a definite.
I'm pretty sure that was Sherman and Christensen on that final lap.
I don't remember who exactly it was. But it was definitely an interesting finish, to say the least.
And right now they are getting the grid back together here. I think they're letting that car, if I had to guess, probably going to get off track here because they're not hanging back to get to the back of the grid. Because in a 1.17 mile layout, I don't think you're just going to floor it and catch back up to the tail.
I mean,
not for the restart. Yeah, there they go, off track.
You can hope for the best, but that's not going to happen. So you see the field stacking back up here, so potentially going green this time at the stripe. Or maybe turn one. I don't know where we're going green anymore. I'm so confused.
I'm pretty sure they're going to throw it down at turn one.
I am what you call confusion.
And let's see how they stack up here. I think they're going to stay single file. I think a couple guys thought they might be going 2x2. And they're still holding that yellow down there, so let's see if they pull it back. And they're getting ready. I see the green flag in hand. There it is. Green, 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 underway.
Trying to hold them to the absolute last second.
Well, that is the part of the track that will gobble everybody up. And as you see, they're almost getting a couple guys going a little bit wide there on the exit of one. As right now, Carson Sherman leads that pack. Ryland Spate just behind him.
Seems like everybody so far has made it through the carousel. So still good on that part. Carson Sherman coming into, what is that, turn 6?
Yes, and not pulling away entirely right now, though. It takes about half a lap for these guys to get back into speed. And look at this. Spate looking to the outside, making the move on Sherman.
Going to be an interesting shake-up here.
Coming into turn 8 right here. And Sherman, keeping position.
I was say, it's going to be whoever can hold out the brake.
Oh, man, Sherman just outdrove him through that turn. Spate had the run coming out of 6. He had a better line coming through 6.
He's even got a gap on him now.
Yeah, but Sherman
here
just,
he comes.
look at this. I wonder if this is a gearing choice.
As the white flag flies, Carson Sherman.
He is elbows out right now. Look at that. Spate to the inside.
As they come through turn 1, side by side.
And Spate turns around.
Man, he had an opportunity there.
And you know he's got to be frustrated. And he can't just re-enter the track. He's got to go let everybody by because that would not be safe for him to turn on. And, man.
They were side by side.
He was knocking on the door there, and that car just came around.
Man, tough break there.
And you can really see the back ends of these cars getting light as they come through that carousel. We got another car around right there in front of our cameraman, Ethan Denny, out at turn 4 in the carousel.
That was the 13 car from earlier in the afternoon. I believe that's Lucas McFall.
And right now, these drivers just having to get their nerves up under them and get settled in.
Carson Sherman was the fastest. Looks like James
And
Binky going
Binky,
around there.
yeah,
in the
he
one.
went around too.
Carson Sherman was your fastest qualifier. Definitely has proved his dominance here on the road course so far today.
And this is a points race too, so this finishing order will amount to points.
Coming through the last corner, double checker flag in the air. Carson Sherman going to be taking the checkered flag in race one of the bandos, followed by Connor Sanders, Nicholas Wong, and Kip Knaus.
Look
Brandon
at that,
Bishop,
Kip Knaus. He's
Case and
moving
T.
up. He started about, 10th, so good job on him moving up. Same with Nicholas Wong and Connor Sanders. Connor Sanders, really, he moved up from the start, so awesome job to those three guys. Obviously, Sherman, dominant performance out there. He's got even faster than he was last year out here.
He was fast last year, but he's definitely, I don't know if it's gearing or if he spent a lot more time on the road course.
I think so, and the thing with road racing is it does get addicting. You know, you get out here and you start turning right and left, and
You know, I'll be completely honest. I haven't touched iRacing on a road course but one time.
and nor should you now that you have a child.
No, I'm saying on iRacing. I'll go oval racing any day of the week.
You
That
know,
I don't care.
all my gaming equipment has about 3 inches of dust on it since I had my son.
Well,
so.
I haven't touched my iRacing rig in about a month and a half now, so that makes sense.
I'm just happy that your wife let you come hang out with me one last time here.
Well, yeah, she was like, you know, you need to get out of the house. You're losing your mind.
She's like, I'm tired of you. I'm ugly. Don't look at me.
Nah, she didn't say
Other
that.
typical hormonal, post pregnancy.
She was like, no, you need to get out of the house.
So when are you taking the girl out to her first race?
So I don't know if I can release this information yet. It's classified at the moment.
But it's
because-
coming up.
because it will release a bunch of information about me.
All right,
coming
I already
up.
know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
So big things happening for Steve this off season.
Yeah, big,
Not
big
quite
things.
ready to release that info just yet.
Gotta wait for a couple more things to happen, but looking good.
But hey, getting your big break right here
Yeah, this is where
in
it
the
all
booth
started.
at AMP.
This is where it all started. Actually, it started with iRacing. The winter, or not the winter series. Yeah, it was the 2020 COVID series.
Yeah, we did the E series, which was also a ton of fun. And we got to do trackside interviews. I'm just up here
Yeah, I don't
yapping,
know
so
what
I'm
you're
gonna go
doing.
run down there and we're gonna interview some folks. We'll be right back with you.
Yeah, he's already in the tech shed. He's getting weights. Will said he's getting comfy in this chair, and I don't blame him. These Octane Wellness chairs they recline. They're very nice. If you get the opportunity, you need to come check out Octane Wellness if you're here on the campus. They've got like IV therapy and all kinds of cool stuff up here. Recharge and recover. Yeah, vitamin injections, all kinds of cool things. We talked about doing it back in the summer, but me and Will never got around to it.
All right, Steve, we're slowly making our way down here.
Making your way downtown, walking fast, out of breath.
What you seeing on race monitor? Well, I'm seeing race monitor. It's not official. Okay.
Looks like we're waiting on the official word from the officials. So, Will, what we got coming up next? I don't think he can hear me. So it looks like Will's going to get a quick word down here with Carson Sherman, I believe, in the 9 car.
All right, Steve, I'm down here with your race winner, Carson Sherman. Carson, you're out here last year, pretty dominant. Doing it again here this year. Take us through that race.
Yes, sir. You know, we had trouble in practice, but I'd like to thank Cobble Speed Shop for helping us get back out there. And then we went back out to qualifying and qualified good, and then led flag to flag. Had some competition there going into one on the last lap. Ran the top and got loose, but I guess Rylan lost it underneath me. But you know, I've got to thank Georgia Spa Company, Eudora Farmland and Forestry Services, Precision Right Away Contracting, Eudora Farmland and Forestry Services. I don't know if I said that. Howard Boys Trailer Rentals, Fire and Ice Mechanicals, Speed U, and my parents and Mike Gordon and everyone that helps me.
Well, it was definitely a dominant performance. I'm assuming you're going to keep it the same for race number 2 today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck out there. We'll see you for race number 2. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Will. Next race coming up will be the Legends group, trying to get a lineup here for all of you at home. As we can hear cars coming out on track, I still don't have a lineup quite yet for these guys. Leave it to technology to fail me. If I had to guess, probably some of the best times out will be out on track for this first run, so give us just a moment. We'll get that roster loaded up on your screen. Beautiful mountains and leaves changing color in the background. Again, this is race 1 of the Moonshine Series here at Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. Here those Legends cars firing up. Looks like it's going to go green off of that last corner here for first start. Got one way off in the grass to get it started
already around. Can't see the car number. Driver out front is Peyton Harbison in the number 9, followed by Philip Young in the 37, Billy Lee in the 08. Dallas Kibble in the number 13, Brian Coster in the 27, Dean Bonsi in the 68, Garrett Fox in the 85, Lisa Young in the 7, Kendall Sevens in the 12, and Kinsley Tatum in the 20. Group that we are currently watching, well, we were currently watching, was the top 3 of Harbison, Young, and Lee as they enter one of the trickiest parts of the track. That is turn 6. A little bit of a bobble there from the 13. Looks like we're going to get a full course yellow to start off this Legends race. You missed so much, Will.
I was going to say, what did I miss?
You missed a lot. On the start, you missed one going around there.
Oh, yeah, he is over there.
Yeah, he was definitely over there.
He is off in the that was an area we saw a lot of guys when they would hit the binders real hard coming into that braking zone.
Mm-hmm.
They would just skid right off into that guardrail. And right now, yeah, back under full course caution, so I'm assuming they're going to go out there and try and get him recovered. Glad we got the trackside mic working. I can hear that.
Yeah, I can. That's loud.
I think they might have us in the hallway right now because I'm hearing a little
Yeah,
bit of an echo.
I'm hearing a great echo.
Yeah, somebody just randomly opened the door in here. I'm going to fix that.
Well, Will's telling me to say something, so I will keep on talking again. The lineup here is the 9 car of Harbison, Young in the 37, Lee in the 08, Dallas Kibble, or Kibby, I believe. Kibby? Yes. In the number 13.
That could just be on the mic down there.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a slight feedback.
So you sound fine. It's when I talk, it sounds like I'm in a hallway.
No, it sounds like when I'm in the hallway as well. I can hear it.
Well, hopefully it sounds fine to you guys at home. But we did something.
It was fine when we started. Hey, maybe you have your mic still on.
Nope, not me.
Not you? Pace car lights are still on, so not sure if they're going to turn those off this time around. Oh, another car's still in the wall back there. Well, he's not in the wall. He's up against the
I think
wall.
they're going to try and give him a push. We'll see if that'll help. Don't fall asleep on me, Steve.
Yeah, no, these chairs are comfortable, man. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
You are raked out.
Yeah. I'm just kind of chilling.
And this is, I believe this looks like the smaller group, so this might be the B group that's on track right now.
There's 10 drivers out there.
I can hear all of that, Steve.
Oh, me yawning? Yeah, I'm sorry. These chairs are just so comfortable.
Well, we had to crank you up a little bit because it was kind of hard to hear you outside.
Oh, boy.
But we should be live and in
Did
color
you say
right now.
crank it up?
We need to get one of those
bringing back
meters, to put
peak
on
NASCAR right there.
on the Jumbotron.
What was it, the Gopher Cam, or what was it called? I don't remember what was that called?
Yeah, I think it was the Gopher Cam.
Was it called the Gopher Cam? I don't remember. It's been a while.
But right now we've got this is the B group, so looking at the scoring screen or race monitor. So if you're trying to follow along at home, you can go to racemonitor.com or download the app on your Android or iPhone device. But we got Peyton Harbison, Philip Young, Billy Lee, Dallas Kibbe, Brian Kozier, Dean Benessi, Garrett Fox, Lisa Young, Kendall Stevens, and Kinsley Tatum right now out on grid. And I was talking to Garrett before the race. He was real excited to come out here and race again. He was out here last season with us. It's kind of a funny story, but I was wearing my my Speedrome, Indianapolis Speedrome hat, and that's his local track. He's up from Indiana, so
okay, so
he's in contention for the Road Warrior Award here for furthest travel, but driving all the way down from the Hoosier State to come race with us. But I was up there for the World Figure 8 at the beginning of September. That's why we weren't here for the kart race, and ran into him up there, and he was all excited. And
you were there. I don't remember where I was at.
we weren't anywhere because we weren't broadcasting that day. That was the one kart race we didn't do this season. I think you might have been in the hospital already. I can't remember when y'all.
Well, I don't even remember when that was.
Yeah, you've spent about the last month and a half.
Roughly, it's been a hard month and a half, Will.
Well, happy to get you out of the house.
It's nice. A little bit of fresh air, a little bit of octane, a little bit of caffeine. See what I did there?
Yeah. That was big news that broke too for everybody.
Oh boy!
Follow around Georgia racing.
I cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I think a lot of people cried, but I don't think Lanier Raceway is going away. And we're going to be out there this weekend. So once we get done here today, we've got downforce battles.
The very last
tonight and tomorrow. This is going to be the very last downforce battles at Lanier.
The very last weekend, right, at Lanier?
No, they're going up through the 22nd of this month.
Okay.
So they've got a couple more things on the books. But as far as things that me and you are involved in, that's it after this weekend with them. But
boy, that track has a lot of sentimental value to me. So I really hope it's not going anywhere.
We have been in talks with the new owners, and we're going to try and figure some stuff out for next year. They don't want motorsports to go away, but they're definitely not going to be running as full of a schedule as they did this year. And I think the big thing they're going to be cutting is drifting.
Yeah, and that's gonna cause a big riff in the Atlanta drift scene.
Well, and that's the major crowd that goes there. They're trying to get they want to do more competitive, spectator friendly. And I'm not saying drift isn't spectator friendly, but
let me introduce you to the Modifieds of Mayhem, ASA Cars Tour maybe.
We are gonna try and talk to them to see if we can figure out a way to get some circle track racing
I need
back there.
I need their number. I got a lot of friends in a lot of places, Will.
Well, first we gotta wait. We gotta wait for it closing, and well, I mean they've already closed on it, but we gotta wait for the ownership to officially change at the end of this month. But it looks like we are back underway. Pace car is off track, and green flag is out.
The starting on the backstretch is throwing me off.
I mean, I'm kind of digging it a little bit, but right now Peyton Harbison leading that pack of 4.
See a little bit of a bobble there.
Turn 9 and 10. Whoa, we got second place Philip Young going off-roading a little bit there.
Engineering says thank you for cutting the grass.
Yeah, I mean, make sure his britches are on tight because that'll make you pucker coming off, especially in that final turn when you're at speed.
I know in turn 1 it'll make you do the same thing as well.
And right now, position changing up there. I look like 5th and 6th swapping position. Believe that was Kozier and Benessi. Benessi running the fastest lap, although I guess that doesn't really count for much since none of these have been scored yet. But we'll see as they make their way up through the carousel. Through turn 5 right here, down the hill. It's a very deceptive turn, turn 6. If you go by the course markers, you almost always turn in too soon.
3 wide battle there further back. in the field. I want to say that's probably from 4th on back to 6th or 7th.
And right now they're starting to space out a little bit as they make their way through turns 8, 9, and 10. That is on the back side. This is the short course layout. So normally on a full track, as you see there at the top of your screen, they just keep on going straight, head up the back hill to the backside. But we open up that cutoff. And, predominantly for safety reasons, if we ran the full course here, which we did, I want to say way back in 2022 was the last time we did it for the Legends Road Course Nationals. I mean, these guys are hitting 120 miles an hour coming down the front straightaway. And that's,
Speed.
for these Legend cars, that is absolutely cooking. That's, Talladega, Daytona speeds for these guys. And so cutting it down to the short course, we were able to limit that top speed a little bit. And it looks like we do have a driver off there in the sand.
It's the 80 car.
Just below our vantage point. And I think they're going to keep that a local yellow.
Looks like maybe contact with the wall. Look, a fender. That was 1-4 off there coming through 6 just a moment ago.
And he is turned around. Let's see if he can get that car back underway. And he does.
Oh, he's not going to be able to turn that thing at all. Like, that thing is way cambered out. Might just have to pull that forward.
Let's see what he's able to do here. There we go. I think he stalled it.
Did he stall it? That was the 9 car. That was our leader, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was
Harrison or Harbison. And yeah, because I'm seeing Dallas Kibbe right now as your new race leader. Just behind him, Garrett Fox.
And looks like we're going to get a local yellow for that.
Yep, they're still waving. It's not standing, so they are going to recover him and leave the track hot. Which, again, this is a new concept for a lot of these guys because at short course racing, short oval, anything happens, it's a full course yellow. But for the sake of time and daylight, they got to keep the races going. And this is common what we see in road racing. Doing it for the gram?
For the gram.
But right now, Dallas Kibbe, your leader there in that 13 car coming out of turn 6. I think that's who we're following. It's hard to read those numbers. That's 13 I'm seeing right there.
The 13.
So, yeah, that's right behind these. That's Kibbe coming up on lap traffic.
That's the 68. No.
That's Dean Benessi. Unless, no, there must have been
there had to be a shakeup there.
Something we didn't see.
Are they calling that a 4? Yeah, it looks like everybody's slowing down. So.
Yeah, they've got standing yellow right now.
So I'm not sure exactly how that will be.
And while we've got a little bit of, it's a little quiet up here. We make sure all the legends in the A group, make sure you're on grid. All legends in the A group need to start making your way to the grid. We need all legends in the A group to the grid. They're talking to that driver down there, so presumably he is okay, but I don't think they're going to be able to shove that car through the sand, so they're probably waiting on the rollback to be able to give him a yank out of there. But if you guys can hear me trackside, I need all Legends A group. All Legends A group, go ahead, start making your way to the grid. Need all Legends in the A group. Go ahead, start making your way to the grid. And a little bit of fancy editing work there from our producer, Mikey Lemon Drop Lane.
What are we going to call that split screen?
Using all the buttons on the console.
I don't appreciate this sarcasm.
And
we gave Mikey a hot mic today, too, so whenever he wants to chime in, he is
good to go. So I don't know if that was going to exceed time limits. I didn't feel like that race went very long at all.
I don't know why they're pulling him in, but we are I mean, according to the schedule, it is 4:10, so we got to get a move on. So I need all legends in the A group. All legends in the A group. Go ahead and get on grid. And they are bringing the flatbed over there to recover.
Looks like they're bringing the Lowell as well.
And the Lowell's got to make that long trip all the way from turn 16 on the full course because they normally stage all the safety equipment out there by the skid pad.
It's cool seeing all the new things here at the track, especially safety equipment-wise.
Yeah, and they get everything liveried, too.
I know, it's nice. Oh, yeah, that thing's buried in the sand.
Yeah, there's no getting that guy out.
Somebody cue Zach Brown.
Got my toes in the water, wheels in the sand.
Not a word in the world.
I had to hover over the mute button there, Will.
about to dump that audio.
And FCC violation.
I have not gotten enough of those this season yet.
I think we've only had one.
And that is the 08 of Billy Lee that we are looking at, stuck down there in the Beach Club. Well, that's what we call it for road racing. For Legends, we could get your pass to the Beach Club, although just about everybody at some point will wind up there because, as we saw during that Bandoleros race, they locking those tires up and spinning real quick. And you see they got that special hoist right there that's built to the exact size of those front fenders to be able to lift those cars out of the sand and not be able to damage them. Big shout out to the guys down at Atlanta Motor Speedway for lending us that tool. And they lent us more than just the recovery tool because we've got their grid guys out here. We got tech guys. We've got timing and scoring.
We just stole all of AMS's stuff, didn't we?
Yeah. Pretty much everybody except their safety crew.
Shh, we're better.
Yeah, battle of the three-letter acronym tracks.
Yeah.
And I got to stop calling it AMS. It's Echo Park Speedway.
And no.
Someone's going to come down here and yell at me about that. But
embrace tradition, reject modernity.
Big shout out to those guys. I mean, to be fair, I like the new paint job. I kind of like the green stripe versus the red stripe around the track. But,
I mean, I always thought, was it Quaker State was the sponsor for, majority of those races?
Yeah.
And then, was it the Folds of Honor 400 or
Well, it
whatever
used to be,
is?
the Quaker and then the Folds of Honor. Like, Quick Trip sponsored it for a while, and Quaker's been a big sponsor.
I mean,
But I didn't even know what Echo Park was until they sponsored the track. And so
I'll have to tell you off mic what I think of that whole situation.
But, I mean, from a branding standpoint, I now know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever your opinion is, it's working.
Yeah, it is 100% working.
I wish I had that kind of marketing budget at my day job so I could go sponsor a major venue.
Well, it also helps when the sponsor is also the owner.
Yeah, that does help.
Yeah.
And delicately getting that guy onto the flatbed.
I'm having flashbacks of the old days here in the wild, wild west of AMP before anything that you see in this build or in this shot right here was even here. And the old lull that we used to have fixing tire walls on rainy days.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy what this place has come from.
I mean, 10 years. What was it? 12
It
years
was
now.
just dirt and gravel and just this little racetrack out in the middle of the hills of Dawsonville.
It's been 10 years since I've been an employee here.
Surprised they still let you in the door.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, Jeremy loves me. That's the only reason.
I think your picture's on the wall in the break
probably-
room somewhere.
Probably don't let this man anywhere near race control.
I remember you were out there working pit road when I first started here.
I was a corner marshal when and I left doing some office stuff back in the day. It's crazy to think the guy that I trained is now the GM.
Well, they've got more management back there because they hired somebody.
Oh, Lord.
Of course.
That's from what, 2 seasons ago?
That is Big Steve on the mic right there.
Yeah. For those of you at home that don't know what I look like, I'm sorry for that jump scare.
Well, they do now.
Do I get royalties for that?
Maybe better than the pictures they have of me on that machine.
Oh my Lord, yeah. Do we still have that interview that we did from forever ago?
I've got
here?
Well, I don't know if we got the one from in here. I've got the Twinkie eating contest or the donut eating contest.
Oh my God, that was
one
so fun. That was Caffeine and Octane. What?
Yeah, that was
2 years ago.
I think that was the best contest I have ever called. The best race I have ever called was that minute-long donut eating contest.
I don't know. Hunt the Front, I think, has been my favorite race that I've called so far. Hunt the Front at Sugar Creek Raceway. That was an experience. Get to work for some really big names in the industry.
And so we're going to see if they're going to release these guys back on track here.
Yeah, they're still just staging, so I would assume.
Well, they're all lined up before Tech, so they might. I don't know if they're going to call this one or what the deal is going to be with this race. Hey, look at that interview cam, right in a good spot.
Perfection.
So they got to get some laps in, so we're going to see as they pull them by.
You know, I was looking at the social media here at the track, and it looks like Fuel Kitchen is up and running now.
Yes, they officially, they've been serving food for the last couple kart track race days we've been there, but they actually got the remodel, the restaurant, everything buttoned up, and
so dinner tonight on
officially
you, right?
launched it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You heard that, everybody in the paddock. Dinner on Will tonight at Fuel Kitchen. Go order the most expensive thing ever, and we'll put it on the company card. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're gonna give me some trouble there, Steve.
There's going to be somebody that's going to go over there and mess with you.
You've tried what, like 3 or 4 of the dishes over there now?
Yeah, they're all pretty good. All the burgers are good.
Didn't you do don't they have like a pimento cheese?
Oh yeah, the pimento cheeseburger was amazing.
All right, I hear them sending them on, so I think we're about ready to get back underway here.
I just realized the 13 is missing a left front fender.
I wonder if that will fail you for Tech or not. I guess as long
Maybe
as
there's another one without a front
long
left
as
fender.
you weigh out, I guess.
I don't know. I think those are carbon fiber. They can't weigh that much. You would think it would affect aero just ever so slightly. Kind of having that whole area open.
Well, and there's not a lot of drafting here, at least not by these guys.
I do like a good
drafting
race.
There's still, the skill gap is more important than aerodynamics, I think. Because especially with road racing, these guys don't have a lot of seat time on road course. And so you can definitely tell the guys that do, because they're the ones that are, full seconds ahead of everybody else. And what's really going to be interesting to see is when they run the short, because they're doing the short road course at AMS at Echo Park. So that's going to be interesting to see as well.
I personally have not been there since the name change.
I was there. Well, I went to both Cup races this year, and I think did they change it between the first and the second, or was it both of them? Can't remember when that happened.
I don't remember. Yeah, it happened. It happened to start the second one.
Well, I remember Chase Elliott, I'm pretty sure, won one of those events. Actually, I think that was the spring race because that was the first NASCAR race I took my son to. And we are back underway. And looked like one of the drivers there in the back, looked about halfway back, got a real good jump there. He was weaving through about 3 or 4 cars there. We'll have to see as they come through the final turn here. And making their way back to our vantage point, past us in the tower here. And Dallas Kibbe in that 13 car just pulling away right now.
Yeah, he's got a solid.
And actually, that's Garrett Fox up front. So I think Kibbe
Kibbe's
is
in
there
third. Is it pronounced
Yeah, I
Kosar
think
or
Garrett's
Kosier?
driving like he was driving that trailer down from Indianapolis, just making time right now. And as you see these guys jockeying for position coming through turn 6, you know, it's very tempting to cut that turn, to go down low and cut to the inside, but it really
doesn't work.
It really screws you on the turn exit.
It does not work
'Cause
whatsoever.
You have to late brake and turn as late as you can to be able to do that turn because it's over 90 degrees. So it while it's not a double apex, it almost has the same kind of turn in, turn out that you would for one. But if you turn in too soon, it definitely kills you on the exit, and you lose a ton of speed when that happens.
So white flag is out. Garrett Fox, you're looking at it right here. Fox and Kibbe, 1 and 2. This is going to be the battle for the win here in the first round for the B feature and the Legends divisions.
As they make their way through that big sweeping double apex.
Fox still out front as they enter turn 6. Kibbe going to try for the run here. Coming through 6. He's going to go to the inside. Doesn't have a good look. A little bit of a bobble there.
You can see Kibbe really pushing that thing. That back end getting squirrely. You got to be careful on the throttle coming out of the turn there. And let's see as they are going to come back in division here. We're going to miss the last couple of turns here. Let's see who's out front when they come back in position. Looks like Fox still in the lead.
So it's Fox and Kibbe. Kibbe's going to have a run on the inside.
He's going to
look side by side. There's going to be right at the line.
Ooh, that was close.
Ooh.
What was that gap? 0.024. Wow.
According to what
we're going to have
seeing,
to go get down there and get a word with Garrett here, so we'll be with you momentarily.
that was a really close finish here in the B feature. Again, that was Garrett Fox barely getting past Dallas Kibbe there as the last couple cars are crossing the line now. So it was Fox, Kibbe, Kosar, Young, Tatum, Anderson, Stevens, Young, Harbison, Benessi, Lee. That was our 11 drivers. Yes, 11 drivers. There again, there's a replay of that finish. We all should be getting down there here shortly to discuss with our race winner. Those of you watching from home, come check us out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's right here in Dawsonville, Georgia, not too far from the town center. If you're coming from down towards Atlanta, come up through 400. Come that way. If you're coming, well, pretty much from anywhere else, just hit 53 and you'll find it. Big signs everywhere. There's billboards along 53 in Dawsonville to help navigate your way to the track. Come hang out. Check out all the events on the event calendar. You can find that at AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com or follow along with the social media channels here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. As you can see, construction's still going on in the background for the new trackside condos. Believe those might be sold out. I don't have an official word on that yet. But as we can see, our race winner going through tech. Here in just a moment, Will get a quick word. With Garrett Fox. We'll hand this over to Big Rig down there in the Victory Lane area. Go ahead, Will.
All right, Steve, I'm down here with your race winner, Garrett Fox. If you had to guess, Garrett, what was that gap? We called it up in the booth, but y'all were side by side at the line. Do you know what it was?
I have no idea. I honestly thought he had me till they told me on there that I won. So I didn't get to qualify, so had some issues and got them figured out. I wish I could have been in the next race, but either way, it was a lot of fun and can't wait to do it again here in a few minutes.
It was .02, so y'all were neck and neck, 2/100ths of a second, man. But, hey, you got the feature win, man. You're coming all the way in from Indiana. I guess made the drive worth it so far?
Absolutely. It's always worth it coming here. I don't care if I finish dead last. This place is a blast. I love it.
Well, we appreciate you coming down here and supporting the series, man. Congrats on the feature win, and we'll see you back out there. You going to jump up to the A group for the next one?
If they'll let me, I will.
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, go let them know. All right, back up to you, Steve.
Thank you, Will. You know, that's a long way to come all the way down from Indiana. That is a drive. I've made that drive myself once. Haven't made it recently, but might head up that way in the middle of December for PRI. Mikey, you got a hot mic in there? Well, the next group of Legends drivers rolling out on track. This should be the A group. We will have the lineup momentarily. As the pace car pulls off, green flag will fly in the backstretch to get these guys rolling in this next feature. Side by side through the first couple corners. See a little bit of contact there for the second and third place drivers. Move back just a little bit, but everybody's still fairly bunched up. As they come to the stripe, Neil Doolin is your leader, followed by Cash LaCroix, Kyle Bacon, Luke Yarborough. And everybody makes it through turn one nice and smooth here at full race pace. You see the 79 of Doolin out front. Some of these guys almost two-wheeling, clipping the apex there.
And that's a name we're used to calling, too, on the short track as well. And right now he is up in front running. But we'll have to get some times as they cross the stripe here. And I'm going to try not to breathe too heavy in the mic.
Yeah, you just had a sprint all the way up and down. Can't believe you try to make me do that with a bum knee.
And we have got a 19-car grid right now. Check out those great shots. Jeffrey Farver, LumaCube Engineering on the sticks, flying that drone right now. Went a little too low. Thing still has to have some line of sight. And let's see as Doolin crosses the line. Got about a 4 or 5 car lead right now. Although as soon as I said that, they all scrunched right back up in the turn. So.
Oh, and 2, maybe 3 going around. Nope.
Oh, and good job to keep it out of trouble right there. Let's see if these guys 1, 2. Yep, everybody's going to keep going.
That was the 29.
And that's the part these guys aren't used to, because normally that happens on a short course and full course caution. So
I think that was Jeffrey Grizzard that went around there. Don't hold me to that.
yeah, we're going to have to see when they come past the stripe who fell back. And right now, the action up front is heating up. Cash LaCroix all over that rear bumper of Neil Doolin. And working on right now as they make their way back onto the front straightaway. Doolin's still your leader. And he just ran the fastest lap of the race that last time with a 106.640.
It's top 3 bunching back up. So
Yeah.
that's Doolin, LaCroix, and Kyle Bacon. Haven't talked that much about Kyle Bacon today so far.
And you can see these guys really digging in that front right as they come into turn 1. And, you know, for the most part, these cars are relatively set up for these hard turns because both turn 1 and turn 4 are heavy on the passenger side, which, you know, in a normal oval race, that's the side that takes all the weight. So, you know, but right here coming into that right-hand turn, though, in turn 6, that's where you really got to get the setup dialed in. But for the most part, it's mostly left-hand turns with this layout.
Did somebody say left turns?
No, I was saying left-hand turns.
Oh. I thought you were saying left turn.
As they make their way back onto the front straightaway again. And you know what's crazy? They just set, you know, VRD just set the overall track record on the full course layout. And it is only about 7 seconds slower than what these guys are running right now on the
Half
short
course.
on the half course layout. It's just over half. It's more than half. It's 1.17, and the whole track is just a hair under 2 miles. So it's a little over half, about, you know, 60, 65% of the track's what we're running right now. And some great action happening right here back. Look at this pass coming up into turn number 6.
It's a battle for 4th and 5th. That's Luke Yarborough and Keaton Harbison.
And Harbison getting under Yarborough. Yarborough, another name we're used to calling him and Kyle Bacon both. So right now, Harbison knocking off Yarborough. Now he's going to try and hunt down Bacon. As you can see, Bacon just off the bottom of your screen there in 3rd. He's trying to climb back up into that fight for the lead. So he's got a little bit of a comfort zone between him and Harbison. So really the battle right now is going to be the battle for 1st between Doolin and LaCroix. They are still on each other's bumpers as they make their way through turn number 1. And there you see Bacon all by himself in 3rd, and the battle behind him between Harbison and Yarborough for 4th and 5th. And really, they got a mid-pack there. They got about 4 karts battling it out for that 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Javier Soto there on the tail end of that group. He's one of our kart racers from back at AMP Kart Racing. Happy to see him with some success. This is the faster of the 2 groups. This is the A group.
Oh, that was some late braking there
Yeah,
by
he
LaCroix side by
sent
side.
it. He was trying to send the mail express there, but like we said earlier, you can't cut that turn off. It's very enticing as a driver, but you just cannot do it.
It's all about where those tires are.
And right now, these guys are hammer and tong coming through turns 9 and 10 back onto the front straightaway. Just past the halfway point, lap 5 of this 8-lap contest.
Again, LaCroix with a late break coming through turn 1. I see what you're talking about there. That pack is starting to form.
And third's kind of falling back into that pack. So right now, podium spot up for grabs in that mid-pack right now. Whoever can finish in the front of that group is going to get the podium. Kyle Bacon doing his best to fend off Keaton Harbinson and Luke Yarborough. But don't count out Morris and Soto.
Here comes again that late breaking, little bit of a love tap.
All the way into that bumper. Send it deep's going to shove him wide.
That was a little bit of a love tap there from LaCroix.
He could have taken that, but I think he let off a little bit because he knew what he did. So some sportsmanship right there, some hard racing, and definitely some gentleman driving going on. Because I think if he wants to do it, he's going to do it clean as they make their way back onto the front straightaway. And really, it's going to come down to who breaks hardest the latest.
Yeah.
Because that's really where you're going to win in this track is just running it deep. And look at that, Bacon going off-road. And, yeah, that's going to allow Harbinson to get back around him. Harbinson got around him at the stripe. Bacon was able to get back around him in turn 1, but then ran it too wide, which allowed Harbinson to get that third position back. So
Here comes another late break attempt from LaCroix. Going to be in that turn 6 section. Maybe not as late as last time. So no contact there this go around as the 79 at Doolin will hold off LaCroix through 6 and through turn 7. Now, Will, do you think that Doolin starting to play a little bit of mind games with LaCroix?
I mean, if I were him, I would.
Yeah,
I
would too.
Definitely stick those elbows out and make yourself wide.
These guys are basically hooked together, nose to tail.
Oh, they're going to have one lap to settle it. Should be white flag out this time by, and it is.
And there goes LaCroix to the inside.
Let's see, can he outbrake him into the braking zone?
In turn 1, it's going to be
But
side by side on the exit.
Doolin kept the speed, though. Look at that. He just charges right back out in front of him.
So Doolin going to get him right there. That
is a classic.
They are racing.
That is a classic crossover there. You know, if we were racing on dirt.
Slide job! That's my favorite thing ever to call.
And right now, Doolin get back out in front.
LaCroix's going to have to go with that late break.
He is. And, we got a car stop there right at the entrance of turn 2.
27 lost it there at the exit of turn 6.
That's
just the
Kyle,
back end started to come around.
And that's Kyle Bacon that fell off. Oh, no, that's the other 48. I lied. That's Parker Ives. But right now, 2 more turns to settle this as your leader's coming through turns 8, 9, and 10. And it looks like Doolin kind of pulling away here.
Double checkered flag in the air as they come to the stripe. It's going to be Neil Doolin in the 79 taking the checkered flag, followed by Cash LaCroix. Let's see who finishes third because that was a battle earlier. That's Keaton Harbison, Luke Yarborough, Nate Morris, Kyle Bacon, Javier Soto, Jason Tresci.
And, man, Kyle Bacon just got left out to dry without off-road. He was running strong in third and just put 2 tires off, and that allowed almost that entire mid-pack to get around him.
Here's the last couple of guys coming through.
Tough break for him. And we're going to head back down there and get a word with our winner, Neil Doolin. Attention, we need all bandoleros to grid. All bandoleros. All bandoleros to grid.
You know, I kind of wish we could continue racing under the lights on the big track, but, after these guys are done, I say let's take all this over to the kart track and race underneath the lights, because if I'm not mistaken, that is still going on. Is that correct, Will? I don't think he can hear me. Well, Will, let's go ahead and turn it over to you. Talk to our race winner here, Neil Doolin.
All right, Steve, I'm down here with your race winner, Neil Doolin. This ain't your first time out on a road course, is it, Neil?
Absolutely not. The last 2 years, I've taken road courses pretty seriously, and man, this is my first win here at Atlanta Motor Sports Park, so it definitely feels pretty good. It was definitely fun racing Cash. He raced me clean, but hard, of course. But yeah, it's such a big opportunity to be here. I got to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, my mom, dad, 860 Motorsports, Dual Mechanical, all the people that's got me here, and it feels pretty good.
Well, that was definitely some impressive racing out there. You going to do anything different coming into race 2?
I mean, we might make an adjustment, like maybe 1 or 2. We'll see what we can do there. Just losing a little bit of speed in the carousel for sure, but everywhere else I feel pretty solid, and we'll see what we can do for the second race.
Well, how was it with second place? Because I see your fender's got a couple of love marks there. How'd you keep it cool during all that?
I mean, I've been racing for about, 7 years now, but I guess I'm just getting used to it,
Well, it was definitely awesome watching you up in the booth, man. Congratulations on the win, and good luck out there for race number 2. Send it back up to you, Steve.
Thank you, Will. Next group of drivers should be coming out on track in just a little bit. Well, Will, it's nice to see you back up here in the booth. That means that you've got your steps in. I'm pretty sure you're kind of winded. I would be.
Got to make sure I catch my breath before I put the headset back on. Still beats going up and down the stairs at Lanier, though.
Oh, my Lord.
Doing those
God,
interviews.
no, those are awful. Phone ringing. Looks like I'm going to take the reins here. Excuse me. I don't have a mute button up here with with my headset, so I do apologize if you guys hear any coughing sounds or any sneezes. Wonderful afternoon here at Atlanta Motorsports Park in beautiful Dawsonville, Georgia. For those of you that are just now tuning in, either on the YouTube site or the Facebook page, welcome to round 1 of the Moonshine Series. Technically, this is round 1 and round 2 of the Moonshine Series here at Dawsonville at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Pace car back on track now with the group of Bandoleros.
Keep talking. You're gonna lose sound for a second, but keep talking.
So as we see the pace car out there with all of these Bandolero drivers. Last race was fairly interesting. I believe it was 16 drivers in total. Lights still on the pace car, so that means the potential to start them in turn 1 again. I would assume that's what they're going to do. Shadow is now going to play a major factor in different racing lines for these Bandolero drivers here on the short course road course here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. So these drivers are going to grid them up 2 by 2. Will, you were running around doing all kinds of technical stuff.
Yes, I wear about 5 hats.
5, 6.
Including battery fetcher for your headset.
Yeah, I realized it was.
It was flashing weird colors at you.
What's weird colors?
Not green.
Oh, I still don't know what that is.
Green means go.
Except the flag. Green means go.
All right, and they are.
Whoa.
Hands up. What is he telling them?
Are we gonna? I'm not sure.
Le Mans start? Nah, that'd be.
I mean, that would be.
That's what they did at the endurance kart race that's going on right now at the kart track. They,
I was about to ask what was going on.
They do Le Mans starts there, and that is the wildest thing to see those guys run across the track and jump in their cars. Although I don't know how you would safely do that with one of these guys because you got to get buckled in, they got to tape the hoods down. It's probably not not something we would get to see. But
Are we gonna start them on the light? Are we about to get this awesomeness?
oh, maybe. Let's see. We do have that F1 style starting light. That would be the way to do it.
Oh.
But I don't know if that roasts clutches or not in these things. If they're starting from a standstill, if that's.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious as what they're doing.
I think right now they are getting some instruction from race control. There was a little bit of confusion on that finishing grid because third place, as we called it, was not necessarily third place because they had a car that had to come down pit road and get back on track, and he didn't get scored for a lap that he technically ran.
Okay.
So we'll find out when I get the official positions at the end when we do the podium race. But right now we are on a time crunch to get this in. As much as we'd love to keep racing, we are basically held hostage by the sun right now. So once it goes down, we're done.
So when's the big track getting lights?
It would be fun to have, but I don't know if it makes
I don't know any
financial sense to.
I don't know any road course that has lights.
No.
So
285?
barely any lights. See, race cars don't need headlights because the track is always lit.
Yeah, so was my uncle. That's my favorite line for that movie. I don't know why.
I know why.
Well, as a parent now, you start picking up on it because you're gonna be wearing out that Disney Plus subscription here in about a year.
I don't have Disney Plus.
Well, you're gonna be getting it here.
I don't believe in that. Not paying $185 a year for that crap.
Yeah, but for peace and quiet, because your kid will get locked onto that, and it is glorious.
Nope. What we were doing, we've already done it. We pulled out all my old VHS tapes and all my wife's old VHS tapes, and there's probably 10,000 hours of Barney, Teletubbies, The Wiggles, Elmo, Sesame Street. We don't need no Miss Rachel, none of that stuff. Limited technology for this child.
So at what age do you play the 2021 Daytona 500?
The 2021?
Or the 2020, or the 2001. I already.
Well, I was 5 days old and witnessed it in person, so I mean, I don't know.
The day everybody cried.
Yeah.
Trying to teach my son about emotions. It's either 2001 Daytona or the movie Inside Out.
I think 2001 Daytona. Probably. That did it for me.
And right now we are underway. Green flag. Some 3-wide racing here up through turns 9 and 10.
Still
and
double file through.
Doing a good job keeping it together, but this is where it's really going to get hairy as they come down the front straightaway full speed. Look at that 3-wide coming in. Let's see how they're going to take turn 1. Are they going to be able to keep it this clean coming through turn 1?
They're about to go 4 wide into turn 1. This is going to be interesting.
It's almost like karts on main track again. And look at this. Everybody getting through.
Whew.
Doing a great job there.
That was what race director just said. Whoo!
Didn't realize we had him piped in the broadcast.
Trust me, I know what it feels like. Carson Sherman, your leader driver that dominated the first race of the afternoon, followed by Connor Sanders. Kip Knaus up there in third. Wyatt Gizzard in fourth. Fifth is Carson Cobble. 6th, Ellie Hodge. 7, Ryan Spites. 8th, Kason Tate. And we're seeing a big shakeup here in turn 6. A lot of late braking. We're seeing 2, 3, almost 4 wide action here.
And that is a big pack of cards there in the back. We've got 16 on grid right now, so a decent field for Bandoleros.
I wouldn't say decent. I'd say this is a great field for Bandoleros.
Massive field, because normally they split them out by class, and this is just everybody all in together.
Ooh, this is getting
dipping, ducking, and diving. Oh, little off-roading.
Relying on your partner. They're hooked up.
They are hooked.
They are hooked up there.
And they are on the racetrack,
climbing
too.
The hill. That would probably be I would assume that would be a caution. Again, Carson Sherman. I won't say Caution Sherman. Up front, followed by Connor Sanders, Kip Knaus, Carson Cobble, and in 5th, Nicholas
And he
Wong.
was already over a second faster that first lap. over second place. It is his race right now to lose. And I was talking to his dad briefly before the interview, and he said they're going to stay in bandos next year too. So this isn't going to be his final season racing bandos.
How old is Carson now?
I don't want to guess, but he's looking about 14, 15 maybe. He's getting taller every year I see him. Putting on about 6 inches between visits up here.
And there is the yellow flag waving. But it looks like we gonna continue racing, I'm guessing. And they're gonna split right there. Looks like we'll go full course yellow. And, yep, full course yellow on track for the incident there in turn 9 and 10. Looked like 2 drivers just got hooked up there. It was pretty tight racing up until that very moment. I mean, they were 4 wide coming up the hill. Something we don't see very often.
And there they are getting a little slowed down coming through the carousel. And this section of track right here, when you're in a car, is so much fun coming through turns 2 and 3, especially at speed, because you don't see it as you're coming out of turn 1, cresting that hill. And then it's just a back and forth, like you're driving a tank through traffic. It's so much fun. And it really gets that car unsettled.
There's another car up there at the exit of the carousel. It's the 45. I wonder if that's Ryan Spite. That's up. Spite. Sorry. I read that as an L. Back on the kid talk of what we're doing again. VHS tapes, leapfrog only. That's the only learning device. No tablets.
You're going to be learning a lot of kid songs.
That's fine. Bring me the horizon it is. Whatever mommy and daddy want to listen to.
You don't want to induce colic with some screamo. And I mean, if she's anything like her dad, she's not going to stop talking anyways.
No,
so.
probably not.
That's what my kid does. He just
disrespect your surroundings.
We tried to indoctrinate my kid as best we could, but they turn into their own little humans.
I'm just glad I'm not a Bills fan and I got to throw a baby through a table. My cousins are Bills fans. Most of my family's from up north.
Was that after the Atlanta game?
No, just in general. It's like a christening for them. To the father, which is Josh Allen.
But I was going to say, what if Taylor Swift had dated Josh Allen instead of Travis Kelce? Do you think the Bills would have won all those Super Bowls?
You guys are trying to get me started.
Oh.
Speaking of our residential Bills fan here on the computer.
Mikey, I just want to let you know the Sabres are terrible.
The Sabres have always been terrible. That's not news.
Oh, big collision there.
Everybody going up the hill.
I didn't even realize I don't think we were back green.
No, they had just started them. And
that was everybody.
Yeah, turn 3 has been scooping everybody up today.
I don't know if it's the sun playing a factor in that, but boy, that was.
I think these cars are just getting unseated as they come through that turn right there. Especially if they're on a fixed rear axle, it's really easy, to touch a wheel up on that curb, and that whole cart gets just unseated.
That was at least half of the field involved there.
Because the problem is you got to almost keep that car off the rumble strip because you're doing a left-right real quick. And, if that front wheel's turning and your rear wheels aren't on the ground, that car is going to go around for a spin cycle.
So we're still under green.
Well, let's see. I see the pace car up there. He's not going on track yet, so.
You got one going for a safari ride.
Yeah, he caught a little air there on that transition from the grass or from the sand back onto the grass. But doing a good job keeping it straight, getting back.
Is that Brandon Bishop in the 48? Is that who that was?
Might have been.
No, it's the 45. And that is the 48. Yeah, that was Brandon Bishop.
And they're going to let the kids play, Coach, as they keep this race underway, keeping a local there at turn 3.
So Carson Sherman still out front, followed by Connor Sanders, Brandon Bishop, Carson Cobble, Ryan Spite, Lucas McFall, Colton Sherman, Jordan Bauer, Reese Shirley, and Kaysen Tate. So one of those drivers that was involved was Kip Knaus. He was up at third, I believe, when that all broke out there right before the carousel. Looks like potential of full course caution now, as everybody's kind of woeing it down.
Yep, and they got the standing yellow, so
pace car is now rolling. You see Cruz adjusting something on one of those bandos. I believe the top came flying open after that incident. Do we happen to have that on replay by chance? Because
I am working on it.
They just went back green.
you know what they need to bring back?
Oh, here we go. So you can see them all kind of stacked up here. And just one gets in the rumbles, the white car, and then just it goes
Back end
around. The
comes
back end
up.
just goes around. Everybody just
And that's
follows suit.
And that's not the place to have to check up either.
Because, I mean, that was the whole middle portion of the pack.
Yeah, and you're mid-turn having to stab those brakes because you see the guy in front of you starting to spin, and it's just –
Yeah, I think the 66 of Knaus was the first driver to go around. Stuck there on the, looks like the apex maybe, of one of those corners, maybe just a curbing.
And, yeah, since that car is not all the way off track and not able to get back underway, that's why the full course came out. And we got multiple cars off on the side of the track right now.
Well, there was 4 laps remaining here in this Bandolero feature. This is the second feature of the day. Carson Sherman won the first one. Carson Sherman's still out front here in the second one. Now, what were you saying before I interrupted you with the...
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Race cars.
Yeah. Turn left. In this case, turn right and left.
Well, and as we've seen today, turn 3 has been really hard on these guys.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's the...
Well, because normally they're not used to having to skip over rumble strips.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not a thing on oval racing. And you can really see these cars are really getting unseated when they do that. And, you know, it's one thing if the car is pointed, you know, the wheel's pointed straight, you can get away with it. But especially when you're in that turn 3 complex where it's that left, right, it's almost like an S is coming up into the carousel.
Yeah.
It's the car gets unplanted and you can't do it. But that's also part of why we do this. This is the learning experience. This is getting, you know, as we've seen the trend with NASCAR adding more road races, you know, these guys need to get this experience. And they need
Let's
to
go SVG. I like to be controversial with the drivers I pick.
Oh, we're going into controversy.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that championship race?
I was going to say the one race
Goodyear.
playoff system
Goodyear.
that they got. Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Goodyear.
Yeah, you got a guy that wins 10 races and
For the
not
first,
even,
for
you
the,
know.
Connor Zolich, yeah, I feel for Zilly. That was rough. And Corey Heim, I think there was a little bit of a jumping the start there because he was 7 wide. But that's just a personal opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not race control, thank God.
We won't talk about how this season finished. I have put that off in the back of my mind. We're now on football.
Pause for a second.
Even though I've already given up on Atlanta.
Everybody gave up on Atlanta. I'm rooting for the Pats this year. I've always rooted for the Pats, but this year I feel like Drake May has finally got it figured out.
I think I heard Mikey in there.
I I can't say what I want to say about Drake May on stream.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
deal with this afterwards, Mikey.
There's women and children watching, Mikey. But right now, getting them woed up. Let's see. They might. It looks like they got everybody cleared and back on. So maybe we'll get to see a race start.
You know, I love that my crew is at the All-American right now, and I'm here.
In Nashville?
Yeah, they're in Nashville right now at the All-American.
Well, and that was where a lot of the top-level guys are at this weekend. So
yeah, Keelan Harvick was there. God, I'm trying to think of all who's there.
So seeing some new – well, guys we've seen run up front in their respective classes, but usually when we do this big multi-class, race, there's a couple of the guys from the pro division that are up front, and most of those guys are all up in Nashville right now. So it would be interesting to see when we go to round 2 here, at AMP in December.
Who's here?
Because it'll be the week after the Snowball Derby, so just about everybody should be available.
I won't.
Where are you going to be? You going to leave me all by myself, Steve?
I don't know where I'll be. I really don't.
Probably at home.
Yeah, probably at home.
And we are back underway. Green flag is out. Single file restart as your drivers make their way through turns 8, 9, and 10. Back onto the front straightaway and into sight of all the spectators up there on the Sky Bridge. And let's see. They were able to get it done cleanly on the last restart. Let's see what happens on this one as they make their way into turn 1. Little side-by-side action for third.
And yellow flag there flying.
One of them went around.
Oh,
Two
more
of them.
That's the 57. Ooh, boys, slow it down, and girls.
He's driving that thing in reverse. And it looked like both of them started moving, so that might just stay a local and keep this thing underway. Really what gets them is if they make their way to the sand trap, or if they're pointed in that direction, because they can't obviously turn in time before hitting the sand. And look at this, some side-by-side action through the carousel. Number 7 getting by the number 12. That's Case and Tate.
I think that's the 1J of James Binky, actually. Yeah.
It might be the one.
That is, yeah,
Looked like a 12.
that's Binky.
My eyes deceived me. Yeah, we are just about to hit the 15-minute mark in this contest. So 4 laps in, just past halfway. Should be lap 5 this time by.
And the white flag is out. So Carson Sherman dominated the first race. He's just got a couple more corners to go.
I mean, still dominating this one. He's
almost a second.
1.1 second faster that last lap.
Yeah, he's a second and a half faster than the rest of the field.
So assuming the chains and belts and all the whistles stay on that car, he's going to drive that to victory lane.
Maybe even drive it home.
Yeah, it's quick enough.
He's 15, right? He's got his learner's permit.
Yeah, he could probably keep up on 285 how fast he's moving here today.
No. He hasn't met the Nissan
I was going to say, he just needs to
needs
slap an Ultimate badge on there.
Yeah, he's
It'd
good.
be all right.
Use it like a battering ram.
That adds at least 10 horsepower.
Well, yeah, we'll call it that.
And on your screen right now, that is the number 13 of Lucas McFall we were following. And
That's the battle for second and third.
yeah, that's Connor Sanders and Ryland Speed. Ooh. Speed getting a little squirrely there, hitting that braking zone.
Here he goes to the inside.
He was a little hard. He lost a lot of speed with that. You saw that rear lock up just briefly.
Double checker flag in the air. Going to go to Carson Sherman for the second time today.
And look at that. Just behind him, Speed turning the fastest lap of the race. So obviously found some speed. Look at that. 118, almost a full second faster than Sherman's fastest time. I don't know. Run that thing past Tech. Go take a second look at that car. But, man, he was on a rail. He's absolutely flying that last lap. If he had found that speed a couple laps sooner, he'd been putting the pressure on Sherman.
Can we say Sherman burn Atlanta again? Can I make that joke? Is that appropriate?
Maybe not. But we're going to go get a word with Carson Sherman here. I'm going to make my way down there.
I believe we've got one more race of the afternoon here in round 1 and round 2 of the Moonshine Series here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Again, it's Will Rigdon and myself, Steve Newbold, in the booth. Mikey Lane on the production.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be 2 more races.
We've technically got 2 on the schedule, but I don't think we're going to have daylight for more than just 1. So whether they stack these up and just run them all together, I don't know.
We're going to have a massive field of Legends cars? I hope so.
All right, we're going to try and get a quick word here with Carson Sherman because
They're sending that.
yeah, they're already we're running out of daylight, so we got to get this one done.
Not sure of the size of the group there for the Legends cars. Looks like 9 drivers here.
We're gonna see how good this picture-in-picture is from producer Michael Lemon Drop Lane as we do this. And I'm down here watching it on the Jumbotron.
Your boss is watching you, Mikey. Make sure it looks good. Sounds like we're getting a green flag on the start of the Legends race. All right, Will. Down to you.
All right, Carson, we got to be quick with this one because we're already racing here. But, man, congratulations. Back-to-back wins here today. Take us through that real quick.
Thank you. You know, I knew I had a car to stay out front. I've got to thank Georgia Spa Company. I've just got to thank Georgia Spa Company, Eudora Farmland and Forestry Services, Precision Right-of-Way Contracting, Howard Boys Trailer Rentals, Cozy Camper Rentals, Cobble Speed Shop, Mike Gordon, my parents, grandparents, everyone that helps me get out here.
Well, awesome job out there today, man. You're going to be back in December?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're looking forward to it, man. Good job today.
Congratulations, Carson. Thank you, Will. As we were doing those interviews, they took the green flag here on the Legends feature. Dallas Kibbe is up front in the 13, followed by Garrett Fox, Philip Young, Brian Cossier, Cal Anderson, Kinsley Tatum, Kendall Stevens, Lisa Young, and Peyton Harbison. That is your order. As Kibbe already putting a little bit of a gap between first and second. We'll see a real time there when they cross the line. Well, correction, that's first and second, putting a gap between the rest of the field. 4-second gap between first and third. So Kibbe and Fox going to battle it out here early on. Thirteen of Kibbe maintaining about, I'd say, almost a full second gap over Fox. They close it up just a touch in turn 6. Coming into turn 8, it's still Kibbe by a lot. You see that gap kind of widened. Could be a gearing choice there. A little bit on the rumble strips for both drivers. Might have upset the car just a little bit. As you can see, Kibbe gets a little loose on the exit of turn 9 through turn 10. Back onto the front stretch. That time by Kibbe setting the fast time. 108.109, but Fox right behind with a 108.293. Again, still about a second gap between first and second. Now they're checked into Sunday already. They're 6 seconds in front of third place. As you can see, the third place driver just now coming into the screen. Fourth place is even a little bit further back. 3 second gap between third and fourth.
And Kibbe right now running the fastest time of the race, so he does not want a repeat of race number 1. And him and Garrett fighting it out right now, although it looks like he's got a bit of an advantage over Garrett.
I would say so. It's a little over a second, right under a second faster.
But they have pretty much left the rest of the field in their dust right now.
Yeah, it's the Kibbe Fox show. That almost sounds like a legit show.
And the purple stripes staying on Kibbe that time, so
that was
another quick
almost
lap.
a second faster than his last time.
And he's got some clean track in front of him, so he's just putting laps in.
Yeah, he put a whole second on Garrett Fox that
And
last
look
lap.
at that. Those guys going all the way to the outside of pit out just to set up that turn in for turn 2 and 3.
Got to find speed somehow.
I don't even see the Radical guys out here doing that. But I think they're just hanging on for dear life when they come out of turn 1.
Yeah, Have you ever been in a Radical?
It has been a while, but they are – the one I was in was a 1340. It wasn't even the fast one.
I had the SR3. That was – ooh. It was fun.
And right now, if y'all can hear me in the paddocks, we need all Legends drivers to the grid, all Legends drivers to the grid for the A group.
So we're coming up on 4 laps remaining here in this Legends B main feature. Dallas Kibbe just running away with it.
And barring any kind of incidents, I mean, this is his race to lose right now. You know, I think during that first one, because we had those cautions, I was able to keep Garrett in the mix, and he was able to put the pressure on Kibbe. But right now, Kibbe's got clean track. As we are still watching turn number 1. And there is your leader, Kibbe, coming into turn 6. And that clock is wrong up there. It looks just like the clock on my kitchen stove. It's an hour ahead right now.
Yeah, it's 5:19, not 6:19.
But we are still going to be out of daylight here in about 20 minutes, so they've got to get this one done and then get the next guys lined up and ready to roll.
I'm pretty sure as soon as they throw the checker, they're going to roll the next group.
And these guys doing a good job. White flag is out, so they are going to reduce these down to 6 laps. So Kibbe, pretty much, if he can run a clean lap, this is going to be his race.
Yeah, he's got almost a 4-second gap between
and you can really see that gap right here between him and Fox. I mean, that's about 6 tractor trailers right there.
6 or 7. See what I did there? It's almost the end of the day. Brain rot for everybody.
We're going to be done with this by next season.
By next race, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, it'll be on to the next
brain rot trend.
Yeah, right now you are watching Dallas Kibbe on your screen on the final lap of this race. He is pretty much checked out from the rest of the field.
You know, I wonder what he's...
I love this camera angle. It's like L.A. police chase vibes. As they...
All right, we're going into
As Kibbe will take the checkered flag in dominant fashion. There goes Fox. He'll clock in for second. And
Now
it looks
we
like
wait.
we got a car off there, locked him up coming into turn 6, off in the grass there at the top of your screen. And they're finally third place, just to give you an idea how far ahead
Almost
first
18
and second.
seconds. Almost 18 seconds. 17.669.
I mean, you're talking almost 3 seconds a lap difference right there.
Fourth
in
place was
speed.
27.5. Boy.
That's a spread. And it looks like that car that went off was able to get back underway. That is a pretty heavy braking zone. It's very deceptive because coming into turn 6 there, you're going downhill. The car is still drifting out because if you're coming out of the carousel at full speed, you got that little flick that's turn 5, but then you got to get in the position for turn 6. And if you don't get it all right at the same time, when you lock those brakes up, you'll do exactly what that driver did, and that's skid right off into the grass.
I've been here for 10-plus years, and almost 10. Well, no. Yeah, 10 years. I still can't get this road course down.
It's hard.
I struggle.
It's hard.
I've probably put.
This is a learning track.
I've probably put an ungodly amount of laps on down on this track, and I still can't get it right.
And that's what makes the Legends and Bandos here so much fun because this is I don't want to say it's a narrow track, but most tracks are wider than this, and so you're able to have bigger cars can battle it out. Well, with here, that's why we run a lot of Radicals, a lot of Miatas. And why we love having these Legends because they're tiny, they fit, they can go 4 wide and still have plenty of track left to race. And so I am going to go ahead down and get our interview in, and I think we've got one more race coming up.
I think you are right. We see the 13 of Kibby come off the scales, thumbs up from, I'm guessing, crew chief, maybe dad, crew member, I don't know.
Well, it looks like he already went and pulled off into the pit, so I don't think I'm going to be getting much of a word with him. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it. And
That's perfectly fine with me.
yeah, I'll catch my breath.
Yeah. You got up and was ready to run up the door, and then you saw he was gone.
Shoot, I was already winded when I stood up.
Big guy problems.
I have been hitting the training table pretty hard.
Training table.
Hey,
Golden Corral buffet.
We just got through Fat Bear Week, so I am
Fat Bear Week.
I am ready to go for the winter.
Oh.
I think that's in like early October is Fat Bear Week when all the bears are getting fat before they go into hibernation.
Oh, yeah. How was Germany? I meant to ask you.
It was das good.
Das good? Das wunderbar?
Yeah, got to go drive the Autobahn.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got to go drive the Nürburgring, or the Nordschleife, as the locals call it.
The highway.
Big shout out to Ray over at Ring Freaks. Got to rent a Porsche Cayman 718 from him, GTS. That thing was.
Well, actually, the Nürburgring is the entire facility. The Nordschleife is the course, the one that goes up in the trees.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I drove.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying it's not. The Nordschleife is not different from the Nürburgring. The Nordschleife
Would
is
this be
part
the
of
Georgia Nürburgring?
285?
No. No, I mean, we have the carousel.
Yes, we do, but I will say the real carousel. Now, this is a pretty real carousel here. Double banking, and that is so crazy when you go into that. Because if you transition,
Was it like this?
Yeah, it's literally there's a bank like this, and then on the outer side of the track, it kind of rolls off, almost like a
a berm on a bad dirt track.
On a dirt track that doesn't have a wall, and you're just and it's a real small, banked section, so you're in there and you're hanging on for dear life. But it is so much fun to drive the Nordschleife. Driving the Autobahn, just driving in Germany in general.
Yeah, didn't you get a speeding ticket?
I may have for 7.5 miles an hour over the speed limit.
They don't know what that is.
They have no chill over there.
Translate that into communism.
It sounds worse when you say 12 kilometers over the speed limit, but
I don't understand. That's not screeching eagles and
I know. Well,
petroleum burning.
I mean, I was in an 8-cylinder BMW, and we were hooning and gooning out there. Yes, Eurobeat intensified.
What's the song from
But
Super
what's
Troopers?
What's crazy when you get a speeding ticket over there is they have this like red light thing that like scans your soul. You can't see anything for like half a second. All you see is red, and to me that's dangerous because I could not see anything. But there is no mistaking that they took your picture.
So it looks like we're going to get these guys probably started here through the turn 6 area. So that Miata got to punch it, get out of the way.
Yes, I think he's going to pull off right here, and he does.
Boogity, 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 boogity. I wanted to do that so bad.
I had my headphones on, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we are underway. Green flag racing here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. This is the Legends Group A. So this is the
Three wide up front.
This is the top 60% of drivers that qualified here. And look at that bunched up 2x2 coming up through the cut through here. Turns 9 and 10 back onto the front straightaway. And Doolin was pretty dominant here during the first race. Let's see how he's able to contend during race number 2. Cash LaCroix right on his rear bumper. Keaton Harbison, he's sticking it in there too in third place, although we saw him getting mixed up a little bit during the first race that basically let first and second get out in front. And look at that, locking them up coming into turns 3 and 4. Really trying to set up for that carousel. And you can see those guys really cutting in there on the rumble strip. These Legends cars able to handle that quite considerably better than the Bandoleros.
Doolin already.
Look at that, fourth place all the way to the inside.
That is Nate Morris in the 25 making his move up to third. Looks like Harbison's going to hold it, though.
And he sticks to his line, keeps his speed up. Oh,
and he cooks it through
way too much.
the sand. Man,
Yes,
he's running shine.
Oh,
He's
look at that.
He's running shine, my boy.
He keeps it underway. I think in Forza that might be off track.
Yeah, we're just gonna embrace our moonshine running abilities.
Didn't gain any positions with that move, so I don't think race control is going to say anything to him.
You know, we run the Moonshine Series on a road course.
If anything, he should.
Why can't we run this on dirt?
I know he should get bonus points for that.
I'll work something out next year. You can come to my home.
You know what you should do is put an actual crate of liquor in the back of the cars, and you got to weigh it afterwards, make sure they didn't spill any.
Yeah.
And then have that as like a multiplier off their race time or something.
Nah, more liquor you keep in the bottles. Don't break any.
But right now, with all that going on, Cash LaCroix got around Neil Doolin, so he is your new race leader right now.
Morris only fell back a couple positions. He is currently 7th. At the time of that incident, he was in 4th.
And how about this? Javier Soto up to 5th place.
At 29.
Good things out of him. He's only been, I think this is a 3rd season doing Legends. So, and he started in Bandoleros, and then they were up here racing karts, and then I think just recently got into Legends. So,
Neil Doolin with the fastest time. White flag in the air. So this will be the final lap. And it's going to be a barn burner side by side there as they were coming through the exit of turn 1. It looks like the 79 gets a little loose. 27 might have a run here.
He looked like he's about to initiate a drift through the carousel. But he's able to hang on to that. He was real hard on the brakes.
Cash LaCroix up front, but Doolin last time by ran the fastest time. They're going to come through turn 6. Third player checking in. That's Keaton Harbison in 3rd. As they come through what I'd consider the backstretch in the last couple set of corners. Up the hill, a little bit of offset from the 79, a little bit of contact, and the 79 slides. Cash LaCroix seeing the double checkered flag in the air. 27L of Cash LaCroix will take the checkered flag in the 2nd round today of the Legends.
And tough break for these guys, but unfortunately we did hit the time limit, 5:30 on the nose. So without lights, we cannot run these guys into dusk. And so this one is going to be shortened.
And it was just getting really good, too.
I know.
All right, everybody, let's go find a sim rig. Assetto.
We're in Assetto, yeah.
Oh, okay. Assetto Corso. I'm pretty sure they got Legends cars. We can do this. We'll finish it off in Assetto Corso.
But a tough break for these guys because we did run out of track time here today. But that said, we will be back here in December, and we will definitely bump the schedule a little bit here to help accommodate. But that's part of racing, and you gotta take the blows where you can, and part of running on a road course is you got 1.7 miles or 1.17 miles to cover here, to recover people and to get cars off track. And unfortunately, it ate up a lot of the time that we had here to race. So we do appreciate everybody for tuning in today. We are going to go into podiums here momentarily. So if you guys can hear me trackside, we are going to line up and do our podiums here momentarily. But that's going to be it for our broadcast coverage here of the Moonshine Series 2025. Races 1 and 2 in the books. We'll be back at Echo Park Speedway down in Hampton, Georgia.
That still doesn't feel right.
For round number 3 of the Moonshine Series. That's going to be on the short road course up there. And then we will wrap it up on December 14th back here at Atlanta Motorsports Park for races number 4 and 5. But for myself, we're rigged up in the booth, Stephen Newbold, and that's going to do it for us here today. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next one. So long, everybody.